Hey everyone, welcome to Anaheim Park Tourist. Today we are sharing our overnight experience at the Camelot Inn and Suites. We stayed at the Camelot Inn and Suites in late November for 2 nights. It is approximately 3/10 of a mile or a half a kilometer walk to the turnstiles of Disneyland, and it takes about 7 minutes to walk there. Starting off with amenities, the Camelot Inn and Suites has an immaculate pool and spa which is located on the 4th floor of the hotel. Additionally, this area does double as a great viewing area for the fireworks. When we stayed at the hotel, we actually viewed the fireworks straight from our room, and we think probably most rooms at the hotel will have a great viewing area for fireworks. Other amenities that are on site are free Wi-Fi, laundry services, a mini fridge, and microwave. Other amenities which are located nearby to the Camelot Inn and Suites are McDonald's. McDonald's is located right next door, and it's a great place to grab a fancy coffee or an inexpensive meal. 2 doors down is Panera and Mimi's Cafe. And then on the way to Disneyland at the Tropicana Hotel, there is the Cove Convenience Store, which has fancy coffees. They have alcoholic beverages, snacks, medicine, and many other things you might need.
Up next is staff and service. When I checked in, the staff was super friendly, warm and welcoming, and it was a really quick check-in, which I always love. Also, they explained to me that they are slightly doing a maid service, which I was shocked because we have not had maid service at all of our stays in the Anaheim area. So it is minimal, but it was really nice to have it. They come in every day and they'll take out your dirty towels and give you fresh new towels, and they'll also empty your trash. And those are usually the 2 items that we need to have done anyway. So we were super happy about that. Also, another thing we noted when we checked in that we did not know before we arrived is right now the hotel is valet only. And we were okay with that because the parking lot is a little bit tight, and we were okay with having the valet park the cars because we knew our car was going to be safe. It's just something that if you are not okay with it or you want to know beforehand, you might want to call the hotel before you book and see if they're going to continue to do valet only.
Room comfort and noise. If you watched our hotel tour, we mentioned in the tour that we have a lock-off room and our next door neighbor was being very loud and we could hear them through the door. Well, that ended up not being a big issue. As always, we recommend if you hear a lot of noise from a lock-off room or the door and you have a noisy hallway, put a towel in front of the door, and that usually helps out quite a bit with the noise. Come bedtime, we did hear some footsteps above us. There's a toddler running around, not really a big deal, but if you're not on the top floor in a lot of these older motels, you do hear footsteps above you. But we were most concerned about noise from the parking lot and noise from harbor. If you are semi-regular or regular to the Anaheim area, it seems like there's a lot of cars with very, very loud exhausts, and they race up and down that street, and we heard very little to none of that noise. And there were no issues with the parking lot or people walking by in the corridor. So we were very happy overall with the noise. Now, moving on to the actual comfort of the beds, we would compare this bed to something that you would get at a Best Western or Holiday Inn. It was decent. Could it be more comfortable? Absolutely, but we still got a good night's sleep. Pillows were supportive and we have no complaints there. The shower, we were happy with the shower. I like really hot showers and I have no complaints about the temperature, and both of us enjoyed the amount of water pressure we got. Now, the sleeper chair, that was a little bit of an issue. Our oldest ended up sleeping in it one night, and he's 5'6", and he was just too big for the chair. He said he was very uncomfortable, and our boys ended up sharing one of the queen beds the second night we were there. We would probably recommend that sleeper chair for smaller children. Now, when it is a chair, it does make a great place to sit and relax, have a meal. They do give a tray where you can eat a snack or a meal. When we stayed at the Tropicana, which is the sister hotel to the Camelot, we sat in one of those chairs, and the 2 of us together, and we shared a meal there. And it was actually a great way to spend the evening together, and we had a great time. The only real issue we had in the room was the motion detection light that was located where the sink and the mirror were. For some reason, we believe the switch was faulty because it just kept turning off, and it was kind of an irritant. It's not a make or break issue, it's more of just a general maintenance issue, and we alerted the Camelot of the problem.
Next up is property conditions. We felt that this room was beautifully renovated. They did a fantastic job. It was clean, very modern, and we loved how bright it was in the room. Tons of lighting. Most motels are really dark, and we just love that they had a lot of different lights in the entire room. Another thing that we really loved was how spacious it was. The spacing between the beds was really generous, and then also between the bed and the dresser was huge. You could easily fit a pack and play, a stroller, and a scooter if need be. We also love the amount of storage this room had. That massive dresser was fantastic, and then the fact that they had 2 luggage racks was also great.
Who would want to stay at the Camelot Inn and Suites? And we think this is a great place for big families and small families. The Camelot Inn and Suites has a number of different room types, including a family suite, which is great. Additionally, we think that this room is great for people who can afford a moderately priced hotel that is super close to Disneyland. Once again, it is only a 7-minute walk, and when you want to take a nap or come back at the end of the night, it's not that far of a walk. Now, we paid about $220 a night for this room, and I know a lot of you are probably going $220 a night, but for the area, it's actually not that bad for how close you are to the park and how nice the room is. Now, yes, you can stay at the JW, but that's a 15 to 20-minute walk away, and at the end of the night, you definitely don't want to make that walk if you're really tired. And that's where these hotels that are closer to harbor really have that advantage, and they do charge a bit of a premium. We think it's worth staying here. We really enjoyed our stay at the Camelot and would stay there again. Now, if you want to check out our room tour of the Camelot, go ahead and click the link here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.